The request, if you can switch on your
Very,
video.
very nice for me. It was very nice stuff till now.
Okay.
Till now
So
it was.
yeah, I wish henceforth also it should go well. Anybody wants to lead the prayer? Hare Krishna. Padmavati Mataji, you want to lead the prayer?
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji, I will do.
Okay, great. I'll share the screen.
Prabhuji just now sat to 8. He's shouting Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Oh, thank you. Hare Krishna. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashilakaya Chakshurulmenitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamehyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishamantam Cha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pasyatya Desatarine Jai Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी
Thank you very much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
So, in the last class, we discussed till 9 point. What was the last sloka we discussed? Can anybody help me? Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you, Lakshmi Mataji. So we discussed till 26th, 9.26 sloka. Okay. So today we'll discuss from 9.27. So the idea is like this, we wanted to give the summary of every chapter and after the chapter is completed with the summary, then we are expecting you to give classes on selected slokas or whichever you wanted to. Okay, so this is the expectation Gordon Prabhu and me has in this class. So hopefully today we will finish off with the summary of the 9th chapter. Okay. So in the past few classes, whatever we discussed till 26th, 9.26, I want each one to share. How many of you attended the classes from when the 9th chapter has been discussed? May I see some hand raises, those who have attended? Very good. Thank you, Padmavati Mataji. Rest of them?
Prabhuji, I missed the last class, Prabhu.
Okay. Before that, you attended, right, Prabhu? 9th chapter?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Last class only I missed, Prabhuji. Me also.
Okay.
I
So few
attended
missed
this.
last class, few missed. So whatever. I want each one of you to share, contribute one point that you understand from the 9th chapter till the topics we discussed. So the 9th chapter is Rajavidya, Rajaguhya Yogam. So share, contribute each one point from your side. So who wants to start first?
Yes. Sloka 9.1, Prabhuji. From
Yeah.
1 or from 1?
Any interesting point that you want to share about 9th chapter till 9.26? Take a couple of minutes, 1 or 2 minutes. You can share your thoughts on this 9th chapter, Rajavidya, Rajaguhya Yogam, the most confidential knowledge, whatever you understood till now about the 9th chapter. So who wants to share first? May I pick?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
The 15th sloka, Jnana Yajnana Chapyante Janto Mamupasate. Jnana Yajnana Chapyanye Yajanto Mamupasate Ekatvena Prithaktvena Bahudha Vishwato Mukham.
Okay. Wonderful. So you want to say something about that sloka, right, Mataji?
I shall try, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please, no problem.
So it's like a continuation of the previous sloka of description about Mahatma. Mahatmas are those who have nothing else to think other than Krishna. They have one-pointed devotion towards Krishna. Such people are called a Mahatma. So this 15th chapter is like a little deviation from the Mahatma concept. Those who engage in sacrifice by cultivation of knowledge, worship Supreme Lord as one without a second, as diverse in many and in universal form. So they consider God in different views.
Okay.
One of them is Ekatvena. Ekatvena means the devotee will consider himself as one with the Supreme Lord.
Okay. So I have a question over here, Mataji. So you're saying that devotee will consider himself as one with the Supreme Lord. So when a devotee considers himself as one with the Supreme Lord, so whom should he devote to?
He considers himself as part of the Supreme, but once he gets back to Supreme, he considers he will merge into Supreme and he thinks both are one.
Okay, okay. So
I don't know how
anybody?
far I am correct.
Yeah. So thank you, Mataji. Thank you for contributing. However, anybody wants to say, comment on?
Okay.
You want to share more? You want to add more, Mataji? Lakshmi Mataji?
That Prithaktvena is there, no? Second, out of the three, second one is Prithaktvena. Prithak means separate. Like it's something related to demigod concept, like.
Okay.
And the third one is Bahuda Vishwato Mukham. Vishwatomukam is Vishwarupa, as they consider the universal form as Vishwarupa as the Supreme Personality. Actually, Vishwarupa is a concept in which the material creation is considered as the Supreme Personality, different parts of the Lord. It is a concept of the Lord in the material form.
Nice.
So this first one is called what's it? Ahangrahopasana, first one, like Ekatvena. And
Oh.
Prathatvena is called Pratikopasana, and Vishwatomukham is Vishwarupa Upasana. This is what I have heard from senior devotees, Prabhuji.
Yeah, nice, Mother. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So I request all of you, if you can switch on to your video mode so that we will have an interactive session. Those who all can switch on, please do switch on your video mode. Okay. Because, we are expecting that you also, one day you also should take place of preaching. Okay. So if you, hide yourself and preach, nobody will listen. So always you have to show yourself to the devotees so that, because the scientifically it is told that, when you're talking to somebody, if you're looking at their eyes and you speak, a message that you wanted to convey will be very crystal clear to the person who's hearing. Okay, so that's the reason it is expected to switch on your video modes if possible, if you're not in your professional place. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Lakshmi Mataji. So that was wonderful. So one thing I wanted to clarify over here. So whenever the Ekatvena comes, there are some devotees who take path of, Jnana Marg. Okay. So knowledge process. So they aim for merging Sahaja Mukti. Okay. So which means that, one loses his identity. Okay. However, a pure devotee never aims for Sahaja Mukti, which is Ekatvena, merging with God or becoming one with God, because the pure devotee always aspires to serve Lord and exchange loving exchanges with Lord. Okay, so he always aspires to be with Lord, serve Lord, and serve his devotees. And even after, he leaves the body, he aims to go to the abode of Lord to serve him. Okay. So the servitorship with the loving mode doesn't get dissolved, in a devotee. Okay. So we have to be clear because our philosophy is that, we wanted to become a loving servant of Lord. So when it comes as loving, when we have feeling of loving servant of Lord, we continue that to be our feeling even after we leave this body. Okay. So thank you, Lakshmi. That's what I wanted to clarify. Anybody else wants to add any points regarding the 9th chapter as far as you understood, whatever it may be? No problem. Any points you can add?
Devotee, Prabhuji, how a devotee behaves and how a materialistic person behaves.
Okay.
This one, that Dr. Prabhuji took the class. I'm sorry, I forgot his name.
Satya Prasad Prabhu. Mr. Venkatesh Sri Govindas Prabhu.
Yes. So that Prabhuji took that class, and that day I'm very sorry, Prabhuji. You're teaching so much amazingly. Even every single Prabhuji teaching amazingly. But for me, it's like it's very hard for me to remember shlokas and
No
numbers,
problem.
so I cannot say. And that one is like how a material person behaves and how a bhakta behaves. And for a bhakta, Krishna is more important, and whatever he does, his behavior is like for Krishna. And it is also that it's very easy to please Krishna with the leaves, flowers, fruits, and water. And like
Right.
it's very easy to please Krishna. And it's only us is that we are the weak one that who do not understand Krishna. And
So you
to
wanted
please,
to summarize that, it is very, very easy to please Krishna according to the 9th chapter, which where he says that, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati Tada Apavurtamasnami Priyatatmana, right?
Yes, and at the same time, as a bhakta, how we behave and materialistic person behave. For me,
Wonderful.
there was a lot of time. For me, I was not able to connect with many people. I cannot understand them sometimes, and with that, I understood like my way is different from them. That is also I understood, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you for sharing.
Bhakta ways are different from material people. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna to all the Matajis and Prabhujis.
Thank you. If you can switch on your video, that would be great, Mataji. We will have your darshan. We'll take your darshan.
I'm not confident to show my face, Prabhuji. I have a lot
Oh,
of
why Mataji?
emotional problems.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
fine. Yeah,
I'm not
Padmavati
dynamic
Mataji.
like everyone like you. I'm just
No, no problem. As long as
thank
you're
you.
comfortable, you can show yourself. Otherwise, it's fine. So, Padmavati Mataji, do you want to add any
Hare
points?
Krishna Prabhuji, I like the most one is 9.2 Rajavidya Rajaguhyam. That is the most important one here. And Pavitramidam Uttamam Pratyakshavagamam Dharmiyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam. So here the last one is it is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. Means once you get used to this bhakti, and if you know what is the secret, Krishna says that the most secret thing is the Atma and the soul. Most of them do not know that how to feed soul and how to treat the soul. And the soul is eternal; it will be carried on life after life. And in this one, there are many points, Prabhuji. Like in this sloka, it is a very big purport given, where Narada Maharshi also how he turned into a devotee, his past life. Everything is said here. Narada explains that during the past life, I was a Dasiputra, and how he served in this Chaturmasa to the sadhus. So once you serve the Vaishnavas, senior Vaishnavas, and taking the remnants of them, Uttista, we say, isn't it? So that gives a very good life in future. So with this, Guhyam means with this confidentiality, people don't understand. Actually, we were also not understanding earlier. Why again after life you think this life is given to you, you enjoy. That is the purpose. Mostly everyone feels that way. Even when we try to tell them also, very difficult to convince anyone. So Krishna himself is saying like knowledge is the king of education. But this material education is nothing. Just to achieve some money or something. Of course, we have to live on this earth by earning only, but it is not that much necessary to go into deep education. After all my education, everything, now I came to know this secret. So like that, if we go on saying like this, it gives direct perception and self-realization, he is saying. So it is perfection of religion, means all dharmas you will be knowing. So how pavitram it is, means how pious it is, the purest form. So this, actually it is a transcendental knowledge. It is not an ordinary knowledge. If you want to study about a flower or a leaf or a tree, a simple thing. But transcendental knowledge, it is a different thing. So this I like very much. Yeah, I
Thank you very
understood
much,
this.
Mataji. Thank you
Hare
for
Krishna.
sharing your thoughts. Thank you very
Hare
much.
Krishna.
So we have Pushpa Mataji, Sapan Prabhu, Bharat Bhushan Prabhu, Srinivas Prabhu, Uma Mataji, Shivam Udeshi Prabhu just joined. Thank you for joining, Shivam Prabhu. So I request if you can also contribute few points regarding the 9th chapter till whatever sloka we spoke. I request to come forward and share your comments or add your thoughts to thoughts further. Anybody? Yeah, Srinivas Prabhu, you want to
Hare
add?
Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. In the initial slokas of 9th chapter, Krishna explains that every living being rests in him, and I mean everything is part of him, but he is not part of all living entities.
Okay.
And also at the time of annihilation, how all the living entities will annihilate in him, and then again they'll take again a rebirth. So whoever takes it to devotional service, they will not come back to this material world. And whoever is not faithful in the devotional service, they will have to take birth and death, this cycle repeatedly. These points I remember, Babuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing. Wonderful. I really appreciate Lakshmi Mataji, Padma Mataji, Puja Mataji, Srinivas Prabhu for contributing nice points. I request all of you, remaining who did not contribute, I request them to contribute at the end of the session, whatever you would like to add to the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. I mean, your thoughts and your understanding about 9th chapter. Okay, so we will start with the next sloka. Last time we stopped at 9.26, which was Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati Tadapavritam Bhaktyami Asnami Priyathatmana. Okay, so Krishna gave a wonderful process of pleasing him, which is very, very simple. Okay, anybody, even a kindergarten kid can do this, follow this process, which is Pushpam Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. I mean, offering a leaf or flower, a little water to the Lord with heartfulness will pleases Him. Okay. And next, in 9.27, Krishna says that apart from that, okay, Krishna is suggesting even more simplest process, okay, which will be very, very much beneficial to get elevated. Okay. Krishna is saying, "Oh son of Kunti, yat karosi, yadasnasi, yadjosi, dadasi, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kuruswama darpanam." Krishna says that, whatever you do, whatever you eat, okay, so whatever you do, whatever, finances that you do, you offer them to me. You offer them to me. Okay. So I'll take care of that. I'll take care of you. And do whatever you do as an offering to me. See, Krishna consciousness is designed in such a way that, I mean, it is not something which is designed with a strict laws and regulations. Okay, so it is expected to live with the way that you are living, live in the way that you are living. However, small changes. Okay, so when you eat, before you eat, offer to God and eat, or at least chant the Lord's name and eat. Or if you're doing something, if you're working something, then think as if you're working for Lord. Okay, and whatever austerities that you are doing, think that you are doing for the sake of Lord. Do them as an offering to the Lord. For example, if you are struggling a lot to educate your children, okay, so unknowingly you are offering yourself, you're offering your efforts for the education of your child. And I mean, for God, I mean, we wish that the child may become successful in his life, and in return he should take care of you. However, in most of the circumstances, it may not be successful process. There are many parents who offer their efforts to their children, and they beget them, they make them successful in life, they send them to foreign countries, they struggle, they encourage them to achieve bigger goals in their life. After the child, they achieve all their goals, they may not reciprocate to the parents in the way they are supposed to be reciprocated when they reach to their old age. Okay, then all your efforts are went into vain. However, with Krishna, it is not like that. Whatever you do, whatever you work, whether you are working in whether you are doing business or working or doing something, so if you just have a feeling that I am working, I am doing this for the sake of Krishna, to please Krishna. Okay, with that mode, if you work, then your work will become worship. So usually people say that um, like work becomes worship when you, whatever job that you do, whatever business that you do, at the end of the month or whenever you feel comfortable, you will offer little offerings to Lord, maybe in a form of money, or maybe you buy some fruits to the Lord, or offer it in a temple to the Lord's deity. In that way, okay. So in that way, you connect your work in devotion, then your life is successful. You don't have to change yourself, or you don't have to renounce and become dedicated to the Lord. So whatever you're doing, okay, so you do it as an offering to the Lord. So in fifth chapter, Krishna says that maybe somebody who has renounced completely to progress in spiritual life sometimes may not be successful as a person who is in material life, who is a grihastha, who is endeavoring to please Lord by following the bhakti yoga principles. Sometimes even it may sometimes even the people who are in renounced order may not be able to please Lord as much as a person who is in material life, who is leading a materialistic life, or who is leading a grihastha life, okay, but still trying to connect to God. Okay, so we don't have to change anything. We have to adopt some principles so that our work itself become our work will become an offering to the Lord. Okay, so then Krishna says that in this way, if you work, okay, then you will be freed from the bondage of working. Okay, and when you don't care whether it is an auspicious or inauspiciousness, just work and offer the results to the Lord. He will take care of everything. Okay, with your mind fixed on me in this principle, you will be liberated and come to me. So Krishna is saying that in this way, when you work, okay, or whatever auspicious, inauspicious, everything will be vanished, and the devotee will go back to Godhead. Okay. And next in 9.29, Krishna says a very, very important statement. Okay. So this is a statement which which shows how much Krishna is you know how much Krishna takes care of devotees. Krishna says that samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshu stina priya e bhajantu te mam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. So Krishna is saying that I am equal to everybody. I don't show partiality to anybody. However, those who are engaged in pleasing me by devotional service, I take care of them specially. See, this is the difference between a devotee, and this is the benefit that a devotee gets when he does some devotional service. Okay, so there is a wonderful pastime which took place in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So Krishna, he promised that he will not touch any weapon in the war. However, when Bhishma Pitamaha, he was shooting arrows towards Arjuna, and he was piercing Arjuna's body with sharp arrows, Krishna immediately he jumped from the chariot and he ran towards Bhishma Deva by holding a wheel to attack him. Okay, so Krishna he even steps out of his own words when it comes to devotees. He doesn't care, So according to his statement in the Kurukshetra war, he should not touch any weapon. Okay, but he touched. He even crossed the border of Dharma in Kurukshetra to protect Arjuna from Bhishma Pitamaha. So with such a such a special interest, Krishna takes care of his devotees. Okay. So and then that time, Bhishma Deva, he was ready to get attacked by Krishna. Okay. So that is the shield that Krishna gives to the devotees. So that is the reason there is a very, very simple process to please Krishna. offering basic things and doing little changes in our life, and then you see the protection of Krishna. So there are many devotees, like, there was a devotee uh, who actually was kind of a believer, not a regular devotee who does chanting, who wears classes, who gets associated with devotees, but he has faith in Krishna, comes to temple occasionally, gives some, donates something or brings some fruit or flower, something whenever he comes to temple. Occasionally, like people, they fix a day. Generally, if they are not devotees, they fix a day that, every Saturday I have to visit temple, whatever it may be. Like that, they prepare their own rules. Of course, it's good. It's not. We should not deny that. We should not discourage that. So this devotee, he every Saturday he used to visit a Lord's temple. Okay. So one Saturday, and whenever he visits to the Lord's temple, he used to bring some fruits or flowers, whatever, and he used to offer to Lord. So one Saturday he didn't come. Okay. So because of some, some his professional, because of his professional work, he has to travel. He had to travel to some different place. So he skipped going to temple. So he was traveling on a bike. However, his thought process was completely filled with, today is Saturday. I was supposed to go to temple and take darshan of Lord. However, because of this work, I missed. Like that, he was thinking, and he was traveling on the road. Suddenly, what happened from the other side? From the other side, there was a van which crossed over the divider, and with lot of speed, it came towards this person who was traveling on the bike. It was just a little distance, he could not also, it was in highway. He also cannot apply the brake suddenly. Uh, Suddenly what happened in between this person and the car, a huge tree fell down. It was uprooted and it fell down in between. And the van which was, going to attack this person, it hit the tree and it stopped. And this person got saved. Suddenly, from nowhere, how it happened, everybody was like, shocked to see that scene. How could this happen? Suddenly, there was no storm, no nothing, no rain, nothing. Suddenly, one huge tree uproots and falls in between of these two vehicles. So this, then this person, he immediately got down to the bike. From the bike, he parked his bike, and he just tried to see who was there on the other side. The other side in the van, whoever was driving, they got injured. Okay, somehow he helped them to get out of the car van, and he placed them on a footpath. And he called police, and everything happened. After that, after everything was settled, when police has come to take care of the person who was driving in the car, then this biker, he slowly went, and he walked a few steps, and there he found a temple of Lord Vishnu. So he immediately went into the temple and he offered obeisances. He took darshan of Lord, and he was like, he was like, he started crying, my dear Lord, I never showed seriousness towards you. I never showed serious devotion towards you. Still, you're there for me to protect. So this is the protection that Lord gives. So such a special interest Lord takes to save his devotees from different circumstances. It's just that, we just have to follow the steps that are given by Krishna and follow the instructions of our Guru. But whatever extent we can do, we should try to do that. So we will be protected, we'll be shielded. Okay. So After that, Krishna says that, for devotees, this ninth chapter is completely filled with wonderful secrets, which are very, very much relevant, very, very much favorable to the devotees. Okay, so I'll ask you a question. I'll ask you a question. Okay, everybody has to contribute as long as you can. Okay, if you're not in your professional place. Okay, so for example, you are, you got a lot of money. Okay, so you employed a couple of people in your home to serve you. Okay, so one person thefted some money from your cupboard. So how do you respond to that person? I want everyone to answer this question. What do you do? So we'll start with Lakshmi Mataji. So Lakshmi Mataji, I am a servant in your home. I thefted some money from your cupboard. So how are you going to punish me? So what are you going to do with me?
First thing, I should be sure that you are the person who has stolen the money. Otherwise, how can I give punishment? I should have
Is it
proper
confirmed
proof.
that, it is found that I am the thief?
First thing we will remove from job.
Okay, nice. Thank you, Mataji. Next, Padmavati Mataji, what will you do?
Because it is cupboard, no, somebody who dares to open your cupboard.
And absolutely, that is the right answer. I'm not denying that. Thank you very much for contributing, Mataji. Yeah, Padmavati Mataji, what will you do? So thief is caught. You caught the thief, and now what are you going to do? What is your judgment?
Actually, Prabhuji, suppose the person is very good, working from long since.
Okay.
Maybe he is in use, he knows all the guhyam. Now Krishna said all the confidential things at home. See,
Okay.
when we are very close to them, only they will come to know all these things.
Oh,
And then
okay.
maybe he is in requirement of some money or something. He did that. When he is accepting, when he is caught, when he is
Okay.
repenting, we can excuse. Otherwise, when he's arguing and doing something else, definitely, as Mataji said, it's okay. You please go away from our. We can't believe furthermore.
So you will
Like that.
you will no more continue him to be employed at your home, right?
Yes, when once the belief is lost,
Okay.
it is very difficult to bear them. So
Oh,
as long as possible, we'll try to
oh,
excuse them if they are liable, and if they repent for the thing happen, and if they say that it happened, yes, they agree, and all this we can excuse them to certain extent. But
thank you,
if they are
Mataji.
arguing and saying that no, I have not done that, this and all, if they are very arrogant, sometimes
Oh.
after working for 10 years also they change. At that time, definitely we need not go along with them. We can
Somehow
send them away.
you either punish him by removing from the job,
Yes.
or
Yeah.
you may think you or you may
Yeah.
based on his behavior. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. So thank you,
Hare.
Govardhan Givardas Prabhu. We are glad to see you in the class. So we are discussing the summary of last slokas of ninth chapter. So I've asked a question to all our devotees that, what will you do if you found one of the employee who's working in your home, one of the servant who's working in your home, thefted some money from your cupboard? How are you going to punish? How are you going to reciprocate them? How are you going to judge? Okay, so this is the question I asked. Lakshmi Mataji and Padmavati Mataji responded. Now, Pushpa Mataji's turn. So, what will you do, Mataji? So, I am a thief who thefted some money from your cupboard. And what are you going to do with me? How are you going to punish? Are you not going to punish, or are you just you just want to be loyal, or what do you want to do?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Before
Krishna.
taking any action, I'll pray Lord Krishna to give me guidance.
Okay.
And then I'll think about that situation, and I'll approach him. I'll
Okay.
ask the problem why you have done this.
Okay.
So if he give me the reasonable answer, so I'll excuse him.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. So if there is a reasonable answer, then you will think of excusing the thief, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for your answer.
Hare
Sapan
Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
It happened in our house, Prabhuji. Actually, we excused him because
Okay.
he's a watchman and all. Then later, after 2 months, out of guilty conscience or something, some problems arise and he left. Then I thought it is God's mercy. That time I was not there in Krishna consciousness, but still I thought that, okay, it is God's judgment. Though we want to excuse, he has gone. Like that.
So you
It happened.
chastised him, but you did not, remove
No,
from
we
the
know
job.
that he took away. We know it, but he was not agreeing. Then we kept quiet. It's okay. He's working from many days. He's watchman. So we just left. After 2 months, out of guilty consciousness or whatever it is, more problems arised, more and more, and
He's
he
right.
left. Yes. No, along with the other tenants, the Alanga apartment people, so he left by himself. We couldn't do anything. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Yeah, Sapan Prabhu, would you like to
Yes,
comment?
Prabhuji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
So,
Hare Krishna.
Chaitanya Charan Prabhu had come here recently and he had taken class on forgiveness. So, in that, I remembered there are 3 instances where a person does a mistake and you need to determine whether you want to forgive or not. So, one is a conditional.
Okay.
Conditional is conditional or circumstantial. So, where a person does a mistake out of circumstance and you need to decide whether to forgive or not. Second is habitual. And the third is intentional.
Okay.
So depending on these circumstances, he explained whether to forgive or not and how to forgive. So in this case, I would try to understand from him why he had to steal, whether it was for fulfilling a necessity, whether he had to make treatment for his family, he wanted money for medicine, or was it to fulfill his liquor habit, or was it to gamble? So first step is to ascertain the reason why he wanted to steal. So once we figure that, then we can decide what is the response we need to give, whether to forgive or give him more money to help him, or whether to remove him from the job or hand him to police or whatever. Hare Krishna.
That's correct. Wonderful. So, in a summary, that first of all, you'll analyze, then you'll determine, or what to be done, right? Thank you. Next, Bharat Bhushan Prabhu, what will you do if you have caught a thief who thefted money from your cupboard?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
First, I would like to ask him what was the reason to steal.
Okay, so you're also saying that
Yes.
you'll find out the reason why he thefted money. Then you will decide whether to punish or not, right?
Yes.
Right. Thank you. Srinivas Prabhu, what will you do? Hare Krishna. Okay, Prabhu may be busy. Puja Mataji, what will you do? How will you reciprocate? How will you judge?
Hare Krishna Mataji,
Yes.
Dhanavad Pranam to all the Matajis and Prabhuji. Prabhuji, what I understand in these circumstances, because many times this happened around me. So what I literally understand is no matter what reason they will say, or whatever happens, the answer is always is the same. Like you should remove that person from the job. And then what I saw the elders do is that they'll calculate how much time it will take to earn that money back. So they do that calculations. So what elders do is that no matter what the reason is, that person is leaving the job, or if it's very serious, police station, and then they calculate how much time it takes to earn my money back. That
Thank
these
you.
3
Thank you.
things I observed, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranam.
Thank you. Uma Mataji, what will you do?
First of all, I'll ask the reason, Prabhuji, and
Okay.
whatever deed he have done, that person has done, that's anyways not correct. If
Okay.
he is close to us, then he may ask us the amount so that we will give him. If he is not that close to us, then we can tell him that what we have done is not correct and we can remove him from the job.
Thank you, mother. Thank you. Shivam Prabhu, would you like to add? What will you do if you have caught
Hare
a thief?
Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhuji, definitely I will understand the reason. And
Okay.
if the person is an old person in the company or something, definitely I
Oh,
would ask you what was left from my end that didn't satisfy you, that you
okay.
had to thief, kind of. Yeah. And depending on the reason that the thief is giving, punishment will be decided accordingly.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for sharing your thoughts, on these. So it's a common. Everybody has responded nicely. All your answers are correct. As a human being, if somebody does some mistake, then we'll definitely respond in the way how all of you have said. So we'll first of all we'll ascertain. We will see. If a person is in good mood, in a mode of goodness, then he'll definitely try to understand what was the need for him to steal some money from the home. Then accordingly he will take a decision. If a person is in mode of passion, then immediately he will hand over them to the court of law. Okay. And if a person is in mode of ignorance, then he will immediately try slapping the person who thefted money. These are the common behaviors that are being done by every human being if somebody does some mistake, okay. However, now, how does Krishna, treat a person who does mistake? So Krishna says in 9th chapter, uh, 30th sloka, he says that Apiche suduracharo bhajate mam anyaya bhaku sadur eva samantavyo samyak vyavasito saha. Krishna is saying that maybe if a person did some mistake, he may, if a devotee did a mistake, it may be any mistake. You still have to consider him as a devotee. You still have to have same respect on him. You still have to, you cannot be harsh with him. You still have to excuse him. So Krishna never suggests that if a devotee does any mistake, or maybe he may have been did something which should not be done, then Krishna is not asking us to uh, suspect him or mistreat him. Krishna is telling that you still have to consider him as a devotee, and you should not have any suspicion on him. You should not hurt him in any way. So this is the love that Krishna wanted to extend towards his devotees. So there are many devotees, who did blunder mistakes, who spent completely Avedic lifestyle. In the beginning they were devotees. Later on, they completely started. They started leading a complete Avedic life. Still, Krishna excused them. There are many instances. There was one great Acharya called Yamunacharya, who was the spiritual master of Ramanujacharya. In the beginning of his life, he was a devotee, very much devoted to the Lord. After that, he owned a debate. There was a debate between different scholars. He won the debate. After he won a debate on different scholars, the king in which city he's living, he awarded with him with lot of wealth to Yamunacharya. Because of that wealth, he got addicted to all illicit habits. He lost a lot of his life, and later on, by help of other devotee, he again became a devotee. And there are many instances like this, there was one devotee, uh, who steal some money, from temple. Okay. So there was like, there was a ashram. There was this is a real incident which took place. There was an ashram in Tamil Nadu, okay, where there was a cook who used to cook prasadam for the acharyas and to the Lord. So one day, what happened? He has stolen a golden, what we say, Varachambu, what the exact word in English, I don't know. So there is one utensil which used to be offer Lord, with which, they used to offer Lord, that was made of gold. So this cook, what he did, so daily after he cooks, he has to arrange the plate and along with the water in that golden thing. So one day what he did, he stole that golden glass. And later on, it was found that that glass is missing. And they started inquiring everybody. Okay? And nobody said that, they steal that golden glass. And after 1 or 2 days, it was found that this cook has stolen the golden glass. And they took this cook to the senior acharya, the Pitadipati of that ashram, and they produced in front of him. And this, Pitadipati, what he did, he said them, he told that leave him, forgive him, let him work. He did not punish. They were about to hand over him to the police. No, they just holded him to take the instruction of the Pitadipati and then hand over to the police. They thought that, Pitadipati will ask them to call police and hand over this guy. However, he did not. Instead, this Pitadipati, he inquired with the cook that, what was the reason for the, he did not even ask, he did not even inquire. So he asked that cook how much money you were in need of. And this cook said that, I'm in need of so and so money. So he asked the accountant to arrange that money and let him continue the job. So this is the, this is how great exalted devotees, they deal with the devotees who even does mistakes in their devotional life. In the same way, how Lord reciprocates, in the same way the acharyas also reciprocates. Okay. So the reason why Lord is saying that we should not punish a devotee is that because if once a person, after many bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudev sarvade, after many lives, one person comes to the devotional path. Okay, and because of some bad luck, if he committed some mistake, okay, even though, for example, he may not become perfect, but before becoming perfect, if he has left his body, so to whatever extent he did devotional, whatever extent of realization he got onto, so in his next life, he'll start continuing from that level of spiritual realization. So that is the benefit that Lord gave to the devotees. So becoming a devotee, in the beginning of the second chapter, Krishna says that, Swalpamapyasya dharmasya prayate mahato bhayat. You just do little service, little devotion, you will be saved out of great dangers. So Krishna still continues the same word. So though a devotee commits some mistake, we are not supposed to highlight it and mistreat the devotee and punish him. So we have to speak and we have to behave very softly so that he doesn't continue that in the future. However, we should spare him from punishment. Okay, so this is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9.30. Okay, So henceforth, Krishna says that Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat chantu nigacchati kaunteya pratisanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Krishna is assuring that, my dear Arjun, whomsoever it may be, my devotee will never get perishes. So there was a wonderful pastime. There were many asuras, who were devoted to Lord Shiva. They did lot of penance, and some did lot of penance to Brahma. They got different boons. Okay, whatever boons they got, all of them got killed in the hands of Lord Vishnu or Shiva, whomsoever. So looking at the history, there was one demon who got fed up, and what he did little bit, differently from the other demons. So he started getting devoted to Lord Vishnu. So this demon, he did such a strict penance that Lord Vishnu appeared. And so whomsoever it may be, whether it's a thief, demon, Rakshasa, or whoever it may be, once they start chanting the names of Lord Vishnu, they will become sattvic. They will come on to the mode of goodness. Okay. And this demon, so he thought of asking many boons. However, looking at the wonderful form of Lord, he forgot everything. He started glorifying the Lord, and at last, Lord asked him, my dear demon, what do you want? Why did you try to please me? Then this demon asked, for the benefit of human beings, for the welfare of human beings, my dear Lord, just make me pure devotee of you, and also make my body in such a way that whoever glances at me, whoever looks at me, whoever sees me, whoever takes my darshan, may also become purified in his life, may also stop doing sins in his life. So this is just a very wonderful benefit to the human being. Just go take darshan of this demon, become purified. So this is the boon that the demon asked, and Lord Vishnu gifted him with that boon. And later on, what happened? Everybody, most of them, they got to know they're going to take darshan of this demon and getting purified. Like this, many of them are getting benefited. And Indra did not like this. He went to Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and told him that there is a demon on the planet Earth who has become very purified, and he is also making others purify. If we allow him like this, people will just do a lot of sins, and they will go take darshan of this demon, and they'll become purified. They'll escape from the charges that they are supposed to get by because of the sinful activities that they do. So we should not spare this demon. Like that, Indra started complaining about this demon. And then Lord Shiva and Brahma, they could not do anything because he's a devotee of Lord Vishnu. And all three went to Lord Vishnu, and they asked him, my dear Lord, is your devotee is doing like this? Then Lord Vishnu said, what is wrong in that? My devotees, they preach, they ask devotees to chant, they distribute prasadam to purify people. And this devotee, just by giving his darshan, is purifying people. So why are you worrying? Like that, Lord Vishnu asked. No, like, people are doing, so people are doing many sins and taking darshan of him and getting purified. People are just trying to escape from the sins that they are doing, from the punishments. This is not done. Like that, they started complaining. Then Lord Vishnu said, he is my devotee. I cannot harm him anyway. If you want, you can try, Lord Vishnu said. Then, all Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, they took a disguise, and they went to this demon, and they asked the demon. Once this they dressed themselves like a brahmanas, and they went to this demon, and this demon welcomed them. He gave them nice seat to sit, and he inquired what was the reason for these two brahmanas who are Lord Shiva and Brahma, who are in a disguise of brahmana. Okay, he inquired what was the reason for them to come approach me. Then, these two Brahmanas, they told them that, we have planned to do a special sacrificial program, yajna, okay, which should be done only in a purified place. We cannot do that on any place. We tried to search for a pure place on this earth. We didn't find any pure place where we can do this particular sacrifice. Then, this demon, he asked, so, okay, then how can I help you like that? They said. So what we found is that, there is only one purified place in this world, that is your body. They said. So then, this demon asked, so my body, how can I help with this body? Then this demon asked. Then they told that, what we will do, you sleep horizontally. So we sit on your stomach and we will start doing this fire sacrifice. Okay. So that, we can complete this fire sacrifice. And there is a condition that, while this fire sacrifice is going on, you should not shake your body. If you shake your body, then we have to kill you. There is no other option because you have disturbed the fire sacrifice. And this demon, he respected the Brahmanas. Since he gave word to the Brahmanas, he accepted that and he slept horizontally. And Lord Shiva started pouring the havis, and Lord Brahma started reciting the hymns. They kept on doing the fire sacrifice, and it took a long day, and this demon is not at all moving. And they got fed up, how we make this demon to move so that we can kill this demon. So what they thought is, they made an atmosphere in such a way that the fire sacrifice is completed. So this demon, what he did is, he thought that, the fire sacrifice is completed, so now he can get up. Then he moved. Immediately they started the Purnahuti. So until unless the Purnahuti is not done, the fire sacrifice is not done. Okay. So immediately, Lord Shiva, Brahma, they got angry. You just moved your body without allowing us to complete the fire sacrifice. Now you are eligible to get punished. Like in that way, they sliced his head. And after, they killed this demon who was so pious, who was in a mode of goodness. Still, he got a boon that, whoever visits the place where his head was sliced off, okay, whoever offers the Shraddha Karma in that place, their ancestors will be elevated to higher planets. And that demon name is Gayasura. So on his name, the Gaya, which is very near to Varanasi, has come. And this demon, he stretched his body from Gaya, and there are three places. Actually, most of them know only one place as Gaya, which is nearby Varanasi. There are actually three Gayas. One is which is nearby Varanasi, where a lot of them go and offer the Shraddha Karma to their ancestors. That is one Gaya, and there is one another Gaya, which is there in the state of Odisha, which is called Katak. That is the navel part of this demon, Gayasura. And there is one another Gaya, which is called as Pada Gaya, which is there in the state of Andhra Pradesh, which is called Pithapuram. So the Pithapuram place is also, Gayasura's extended leg place. So there also, if somebody offers the Shraddha Karma, so that would be beneficial for their ancestors. So in this way, this demon, though he got punished, still he got saved. Okay. So that in that way, the devotees of Lord will never get perished. Name, like it is Name Bhakta Pranashyadi, they will not get perished. Somehow they will get glorified, and they will become inspiration to others. Okay. So that's the reason Lord says that, Mam hi parta vipushitya yepi suya papayonya striyo vaishasta dashudra tepi yanti param gati. This way Lord says that, whomsoever it may be, maybe a normal person, maybe a sinful person, maybe a woman, men, Shudra, whomsoever it may be, doesn't matter. Whoever tries to do devotional service to the Lord, they will get elevated to the upper planets. Paramgatin, they will get the place in the abode of Lord. Okay. And Krishna is saying that, what to talk of the rightful Brahmanas and kings. They will for sure get, Krishna is telling that, not to, even though they are sinful, they will get. And what to talk of rightful Brahmanas? Kim punar Brahmana punya bhakta rajashrestata anityam asukam lokam imam prapya bhajaswamam. So for Brahmanas and, for kings who are rightful, who are already doing devotional service, for them it is confirmed already. So hence Krishna says that, once you come to the this temporary world, please become devotee of me. Bhajasvamam. Anityam asukam lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. So this world is not permanent. This world is not pleasureful. Once you come to this world, so please become my devotee. Please do devotional service to me. Then you will get saved. So Krishna is giving a wonderful eye-opening thing over here in 9.33. Okay, then Krishna says that, Manmanabhava mat bhakto mat aji mam namaskuru mam evashas yoktva atmanam mat parayana. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer obeisances to me and worship me, being completely absorbed in me. Surely you will come to me. Okay, so some people, if they just listen to this sloka, what, by living everything, we have to get devoted to Lord. Is that possible? Like this, people may think. However, in the earlier slokas, we have to correlate with the earlier slokas. In the earlier slokas, Krishna said that, how one can become a devotee, how one can extend devotional service just by. So we spoke in the sloka 9.27, the beginning of today. So how one can become a devotee? I said, without changing his lifestyle, just adding little things in his life, okay, by offering whatever he does, by, offering food to the Lord and taking that, and whatever asterisk that one can do as an offering to the Lord. In this way, one can become a devotee of Lord. So Krishna, he is suggesting to become a devotee, and he also gave the processes of how to become a devotee, which are very, very simple. Okay. So this is what Krishna says in the 9th chapter. He says that, the devotional life, about the knowledge, the spiritual knowledge is very, very confidential, and it is confidential, and at the same time, very, very pleasureful. If someone knows this, the pleasure in the devotional life is that it is very simple. Pushpam patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadapurtam bhaktya asnami priyata. Okay, to please Krishna, it is very, very simple. That's what we need to understand. Okay. So Krishna concludes that, so my dear Arjun, I told you the most secrets that one need to know. Okay. I told you the processes by which you will get saved. And I also gave you the information of how simply you can follow those processes. And I also told that how you will benefited, even though you are lost, even though you are not doing, even though you took a low birth, still you will get saved. So Krishna told the secrets, the knowledge, the information, and then he is putting a instruction. Become my devotee. Man manabhava mat bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam eva joktvayam atmana mat parayana. So Krishna just didn't say that become my devotee. He gave all the statements, clues, all the information, how we can become a devotee with simple processes. And what do we get by becoming devotees? Now, we should never, try to become a devotee with a thought process of what will I get. We should just try to get devoted to the Lord. That will help us. Okay. So this is what Krishna says in the 9th chapter. So anybody has any questions? Hare Krishna. Anybody wants to add anything? Okay, so we are done with the summary of 9th chapter. In the next class, who wants to present? Who wants to talk? By selecting, any of your favorite slokas from 9th chapter. Okay. Padmavati Mataji, thank you for giving your name, Mataji.
No, Prabhuji, one question. Sorry. One question, Prabhuji. Here, it is given in the last sloka which you explained now. Those who are not purely sanctified may be attracted by different features of Lord, like the impersonal Brahmajyoti and localized Paramatma. But a pure devotee directly takes to the service of the Supreme Lord. Now, what is Paramatma and what is Supreme Lord, Prabhuji? Paramatma is Supreme Lord, and then
yeah, both implies to same. However, here, the context is that, there are two kinds of devotees. Lokesmin Jivadanishta, Pura Prokta Mayananga, Jnana Yogena Sankyanam, Karma Yogena Yoginam. So there are two types of devotees of Lord. One who always aims for impersonal form of Lord and merging into that form, that impersonal form. And one devotee who always tries to become a loving servant of Lord. Okay, so here, taking Bhagavad Gita as a reference, many scholars, speculative scholars, they come up with a speculative, their own thought that, God is impersonal. So hence we have to aim for impersonal, merging into the impersonal Brahman. However, Lord confirms in Bhagavad Gita that, he wants to become, he's personal and he wants us to become devotees of him.
okay.
So to clarify that, Prabhupada has given elaborated purport.
Localized Paramatma means, is it super soul?
Yeah. So if you wanted to understand that, you have to understand the hierarchy. Okay. So the hierarchy of the Lord, how he expands. Okay. So as you know that, there are three important forms.
Yes.
Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Shirodakshay Vishnu. Okay. So a Lord expands into these forms. Again, this, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, he again enters into each individual soul. Okay.
Yes.
And, he gives them power, energy to live. Okay. However, though this is going on, still the Lord, the Supreme, is always there in his abode.
Highest.
In the devotees, in Goloka, Vaikuntha Loka.
Okay. He's
So
called
Lord,
Parabrahma, Prabhuji. Is he called Parabrahma? Aksharadam.
yeah. So the Brahman, the Parabrahman means the unmanifested power of Lord, which is the effulgence which comes out of his body.
Okay.
Okay. So in the later chapters, in 13th chapter, Lord gives some insight about the Parabrahma, word Parabrahma. This is very, very commonly used word Parabrahman in the Sanatan Dharma. And it is it is the aim that, the speculative scholars aim to get into merged. Okay.
Okay.
So devotees has to understand the difference between the impersonal Parabrahman and the personal form of Lord. Okay, so the impersonal Parabrahman is the effulgence which comes out of the body of Lord. Okay, so that has been confirmed by Krishna himself in the later chapters of this Bhagavad Gita. When we come there, we will discuss. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Right. So and I also
Okay, Prabhuji, I'll take one
Consider
class.
your name. Yeah, consider your name as you want to speak about the ninth chapter in the next session, which is going to be on Friday. So come up, speak something. Select any of the slokas from ninth chapter. Deliver a 15-minute session. Okay, as if
Okay.
you. Okay, so as if you are you are the preacher of this class. Okay, you have to
Okay.
deliver the class. Okay, and anybody else, Lakshmi Mataji, Sapan Prabhu, Puja Mataji, Uma Mataji, Shivam Prabhu, Srinivas Prabhu, want to take lead?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, not about summary, what Mataji asked and what this paragraph mentions, no? It is like a pure devotee directly takes to the service of the Supreme Lord. Actually, there is a sloka in second chapter of the first canto. Vadandi tattva. There are 3 stages of realization of God. Like Brahmedi, Paramatmedi, Bhagavan iti Shabdyate. Like.
Okay.
So the first one is Brahma Jyoti, like Brahmedi, and Paramatma is the super soul, who is he will be like neutral, who will be seeing from within. He doesn't do any. Paramatma will do no action. He'll be just a witness.
Okay.
And yogis will do what to say. Will meditate on Paramatma. And a pure devotee directly takes to the service of the Supreme Lord.
Correct.
And true devotee realizes him, the Lord, as Bhagavan, Supreme.
Correct. The personal form. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So in the first canto of Bhagavatam, third chapter, 28 sloka, it says, Eti Cham Shakala Pumsa, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Rudayanti Yuge. Yeah, so the pure devotee lands up on this realization that Bhagavan is nothing but Krishna, who possesses the 6 opulences. Okay. Of course, that is also correct that, there are different levels of realization. Some, some land upon a realization that God is impersonal. Impersonally is expanded, in everybody. And once they realize that, he is expanded, he is present in everybody, he is present in me, then, that's it. That itself is the perfection of spiritual life. Like that, also some realization, some people, they get realized. That is one level. However, the ultimate, the most sweetest realization is realizing that the God is personal and is waiting for us to come and serve him and exchange love with him. Okay, that's the reason it is confirmed in Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So, Lakshmi Mataji, you also want to
No,
come up?
Prabhuji. No, I'm not sure to attend coming 2 sessions. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to attend the class. I have some other work, important things to do.
No problem. No problem. So, Sapan Prabhu, how would you? He wants to give a class next Friday.
You mean this coming Friday, Prabhu, or next week?
Yeah. No, coming Friday.
Yeah, I'll be traveling, so I'm not sure, Prabhu, if I'll be available. So can I just tell you in 1 or 2 hours?
No problem. No problem.
Yeah,
Just
it's just a
leave a
15-minute
message in the
session, right?
group. Yeah.
Okay, but
No
just a
problem.
15-minute session, right?
Yeah, just a 15-minute session. Pick, couple of slokas from 9th chapter, which are your favorite, and give a class on those slokas. Okay.
Okay, Prabhu. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Correct. So thank you. How about Puja Mataji and Uma Mataji, Shivam Prabhu, Srinivas Prabhu? Shivam Prabhu, I heard a couple of classes you gave. Very nice. Thank you. We really appreciate you for coming forward and giving wonderful classes. That was very nice class that you gave, I heard. So you also want to give a class on a couple of slokas from 9th chapter Prabhu next Friday, 15-minute session.
Prabhuji, I can take it.
Please.
I can do it.
Yeah, select any of you. Okay, yeah, Puja Mataji also appreciating you, bro. Prabhuji is
Thank you,
amazing
Prabhuji.
with classes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji. All glories to Guru and Gauranga.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Puja Mataji, you also want to speak?
What I will speak, Prabhuji, I am small, tucha person here. You all
No
explain,
problem.
I'll learn something, Prabhuji.
Maybe, you can speak 5 minutes at least. May not be, if you are not confident that you may speak so much time, just take 5 minutes and speak. Okay? So be
Prabhuji, you
ready.
are elevate. Okay, I will just try because you are senior in Bhakti, Prabhuji. I just entered and like
No, there is no senior
learning.
and junior kind of hierarchy over here. See, all of us do in one mode, all of us are at same level. Okay, trying.
Okay,
That's
I'll
it.
just try, Prabhuji. I hope so
Yeah,
you
thank you,
don't
Madhu. Appreciate your
feel
uh,
bad. Thank you, Lord. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prabhuji.
appreciate your
Hare
investment.
Krishna.
Thanks. Uma Mataji, how about you? Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, one sloka I can.
Yeah, anything, 1 or 2, whatever, how much ever you can speak either 5, 10, 15 minutes, maximum 15 minutes. No problem. Okay.
Okay. Any
Thank you.
sloka we can.
Any from 9th chapter. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Srinivas Prabhu, how about you?
Yes, Prabhu, I'm fine, Prabhu. I can also try.
Yeah.
We'll try.
So thank you all. Be ready with your favorite slokas from 9th chapter. Speak. The reason why we are encouraging you to speak is that we have traveled so much in spiritual path. If somebody asks you any question, then you should be able to answer them, or give a little bit understanding, or convince them to become devotees, or convince them to read Bhagavad Gita. So and also you have to be prepared to preach one another day. That's our Siksha Guru's expectation from all of us. Okay, so we were also like you, and we want you also to like us. Okay, some other day. So thank you all. Thank you very much for joining today. If no other questions, so we will conclude here. I wish and pray Krishna to bless all of you and make you successful in all your spiritual and material endeavors. Panchakalptarobhyascha kripa sindhobhyo vacha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.